You've eaten hundreds of them, maybe thousands, but nobody ever stopped to ask, why is it called a hamburger if there's literally no ham in it? And once you hear the real answer, you're never gonna look at one the same way again. Let's go back to Germany, not America, Germany. There's a city called Hamburg, and back in the 1800s, Hamburg was one of the busiest ports in all of Europe. Ships were coming in and out constantly. Merchants, sailors, traders, all passing through, and these people needed to eat. At the time, Hamburg had a very popular way of preparing beef. They would take raw minced meat, season it, and sometimes mix it with onions and breadcrumbs. It was basically a patty of raw or lightly cooked ground beef. People loved it. They called it Hamburg steak. Now here's where it gets interesting. German immigrants started leaving Europe in huge numbers during the 1800s. Millions of them crossed the Atlantic Ocean on ships, many of them departing from Hamburg. And those ships needed to feed their passengers for weeks at a time. So what did they serve? Hamburg-style beef. It was cheap, it was easy to prepare in large amounts, and it kept people full. By the time these ships arrived in America, mainly in New York, the passengers were already used to eating this Hamburg beef. They brought the taste with them. And then America did what America does. It took something, made it bigger, put it between two pieces of bread, and sold it to everyone. Street vendors and restaurants in New York started putting this Hamburg-style beef patty in a bun to make it easier to eat on the go. No fork, no plate, no sitting down. Just grab it and walk. Suddenly, the Hamburg steak sandwich became something working-class people could eat fast and cheap. It started getting shortened. Hamburg steak became Hamburg, and then eventually just Hamburger. The at the end, that's just how English works when you turn a place name into a thing, like Frankfurter, which comes from Frankfurt, Germany, or Wiener, which comes from Wien, which is the German name for Vienna, Austria. So none of these foods are named after what's in them. They're named after where they came from. That's it. That's the whole thing. No ham, no mystery ingredient, just a city in Germany that had a popular way of cooking beef and a bunch of immigrants who brought that taste to a new country. But wait, there's actually a fight about exactly where in America the hamburger was invented, and this part gets messy. Several places in the US claim to be the birthplace of the hamburger as we know it today, the one in a bun. One of the most famous claims comes from a food stand at the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis. A vendor supposedly threw a beef patty into a bun because there weren't enough plates. Another claim comes from Charlie Nagrin in Wisconsin, who said he sold meatballs between bread slices at a county fair in 1885, so people could eat while walking around. Then you've got the Menches brothers, who said they ran out of pork at a fair and used beef instead, creating what they called a hamburger. None of these stories can be fully proven. Nobody has a receipt from 1885. There's no video. It's just a bunch of towns and families all pointing at each other saying, "We did it first." What we do know for sure is that by the early 1900s, the hamburger was already all over America. Diners, food carts, lunch counters, it was everywhere. And then, in 1948, two brothers from California changed everything. Richard and Maurice McDonald opened a new kind of burger restaurant in San Bernardino. They got rid of most of the menu, focused on a few simple things, and figured out how to make food fast and cheap with as little wasted time as possible. They called it the Speedy Service System. Their restaurant exploded. A milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc came to visit, watched what they were doing, and basically said, "This needs to be everywhere." The rest is history. McDonald's went global, and suddenly, the hamburger wasn't just an American thing anymore. It was a worldwide thing. Today, there are billions, literally billions of hamburgers eaten every year around the world. In Japan, they put teriyaki sauce on them. In India, they make them with chicken or vegetables. In Australia, you'll find them with a slice of beet on top. The base idea spread to every culture, and each one made it their own. And none of them contain ham. So the next time someone bites into a burger and goes, "Wait, why is this called a hamburger?" Now you know. It's not about the ingredients. It's about a city, a migration, and a really good idea for eating on the go. If you want more videos like this, hit subscribe. There's a new one every week.